All right, so we got 64 orders going out on eBay and another 10 on Poshmark, and grand total should be around 1,900 in sales over the weekend. Let's get to pulling these orders so we can find out what sold. We had these women's Columbia pants that were listed 3 months ago. They sold on a best offer of $19 plus shipping. They were a size 22W, so a nice plus size. We had this women's little handbag, cosmetic bag by the brand Gianni. Had a few of these in the storage unit, and this was listed about 3 months ago as well. And this one just sold for best offer of $45 plus shipping. And we had this men's pair of Claiborne jeans, new with tags. Came from that storage unit buyout about 2 years ago. Took a best offer of $10 plus shipping. Not something that I would recommend picking up since it took 2 years to sell. Now you clicked on this video and you're wondering, well, what is the real reason why sales are up? And I really want to take the time to double down on this topic because it's something that I've learned over the last few months that I really want to share with you guys if you're looking to increase your sales. And the whole point of the channel is to document my journey and to share that journey with you guys. So the number one thing that really is the main contributor of why sales are up 30% is because that I'm doubling down on sourcing. I'm really making that top priority. And what I've learned is that the more you source and the more you're out looking for items, the better chance and the more at-bats you have to find better items. Doesn't that just make sense though? Like the more you go out, the more opportunities you're gonna have. And I really have put that at the forefront of my business, trying to go out at least 4 to 5 times every week to hit up local mom and pop thrift stores, my Goodwill, the Goodwill outlet. Now I'm doing a little bit of retail and online arbitrage as well. But the more I can do that, the more my business can grow and the better opportunity that I have to find better items. If you could make sourcing your top priority and you really want to go all in reselling and become a full-time reseller, you're really gonna need to learn a lot of brands, learn where to find those brands, and make sure you develop some metrics on the items that you look to pick up, you know, like sell-through rate, average sale price, and just go all in on that because the easy way out is long gone. You know, you can't just walk into one thrift store and expect to find the items that you need to list for the day. You may need to go to 10 thrift stores a day. It just really depends on where you live. But I would say what I'm learning is the more that I'm going out in my area, I'm finding better and better items every week. Here is some new with tag Calvin Klein men's chino pants, size 32-30. These sold on a best offer of $19.97 plus shipping. Also a storage unit item going out the door. And, you know, this took about 2 years to sell. So this is a good example of my store being in total, I guess, construction mode or whatever you want to call it, demolition phase. I'm taking items like this that I wouldn't pick up today and liquidating them and getting them out of here. So using things like markdown sales to mark them down 50, 70, 80%, that's the key strategy moving forward for getting rid of a lot of this older inventory that I would not pick up today. This would be a great example of the items that I am picking up. So this is basically just a Columbia PFG button-up shirt. It is a size 3XL, but the thing that makes it worth picking up is it has a baseball team embroidered logo on the chest. So it has a Houston Astros embroidery on it, and that's what made me pick it up. People are passing up usually most Columbia stuff, but if you can add a few key factors to that item that makes it worth picking up. Also, it is a 3XL. That's another reason why I'm going to be picking it up, because more demand in those sizes. So the higher that you go, especially with women's plus size tops, there's just going to be a little bit more demand versus if this was like a size small or a size medium, maybe just a little bit less demand in that size. So you're going to want to look at ordinary things that people pass up and see if that item has an extra key factor to it that's going to make it worth picking up. So this sold relatively quick as well. This was listed 2 weeks ago. A ton of people were lowballing me for $5, $10 on this. I priced it at $29.95. Took a best offer of $25 the other day plus shipping. So you can see here, people who have been following along with the store, I've been up 20 to 40% over the last couple months, just by picking up better items. So I list 560 items a day, 560 items a month, and we're selling 627 a month. So we're definitely selling through the store. The ASP is something we're working on right now. Just a lot of it is from liquidation, items that are selling for a couple bucks. But you can see our sales are up almost 30%, 29.7, and we're on pace to have our first 15,000 month sales month in over, I would say the last time we had that happening was back in November. All right, I want to take some time to answer your guys' questions. Really just trying to provide some extra bit of value here. This comes from a question from a podcast I just did with Dealing with Dalton. From Cass Vonsbeck says, I'm happy to hear how sourcing has changed as more people enter the reselling market. While I'm not happy exactly, but I haven't heard anyone else talk about it. So just when I first started reselling about 3.5 years ago, you could, go into a thrift store, you could go to the Goodwill outlet. It's relatively easy to find good items. Nowadays, fast forward 3 years later, the more and more explosion of people looking for thrifted clothing, not just for themselves, but also to resell, has gone quite competitive. So getting to the thrift store early is more relevant than ever. Going to the thrift store more often as you can is a huge thing. And that's the whole point of this video, is to really give you guys really put an emphasis on, if you're wanting to go full-time or if you're wanting to make more money in your reselling business, focusing on sourcing and sourcing the best items possible is going to be key for you to successfully grow this business. There's no mistake why my business is up 30% month over month. It's because I'm going out 5, 10, sometimes 15 times a week to be able to find 20 of the best items that I could list in my eBay store. So that's a great comment. And for a lot of new people that are just getting started, really put the focus on developing a thrift store route, some type of schedule, so you can really focus on sourcing and sourcing the best stuff. Everyone has their own metrics. I would say setting some metrics up for the items that you pick up in your store, sell-through rate, average sale price, so you can really know what to pick up and what to leave behind. But yes, times have changed, and I would say if you're wanting to get started or you want to go full-time, really double down on your sourcing, and you'd be surprised on how much of an impact it really does have on your sales. I pick up a lot of sports-related stuff. This is a Dallas Cowboys soft shell full zip jacket. While it's not in season, it's still sold pretty quick. You can see the SKU number there. This sold in under a month, and it sold for $25 plus shipping. So don't count out sports stuff, especially when it's out of season. It still eventually will sell, especially if the team is okay. All right, guys, you might be in shock with this one, but I am still selling tons of jackets. So this one is a nice one I want to share with you guys. It is the brand 11T. It is a kind of a men's, here, I'll put it in some better lighting. This is a men's blazer, and I picked up another one of these 11T branded blazers about a month ago, and that one sold for $120, and it sold in about a week. Just picked this one up 2 days ago, and I listed it yesterday, and this one sold in 1 day. So 11T. That's what you want to be on the lookout for. I'm always checking the blazers nowadays, just from that. And I've been able to find some Peter Millar. I've been able to find some really good stuff. So I think this what gave it some extra value is because it's Ermenegildo Zegna. Probably didn't say that right. But it's just a cotton corduroy blazer. It's really nice. These sell upwards of $200, $300, $400 new. I picked it up for $7 and sold in 1 day for $140 plus shipping. So pretty nice. You're going to want to look out for it. If you check the buttons, if it ever has buttons, that's what they look like. A really nice brand. So I've been doubling down on picking up blazers and always checking because you never know what you're going to find. I found a Loro Piana blazer the other day. I found 2 John Varvatos silk linen blazers. They just feel like people are not picking that up as much, especially now in spring and summer. So definitely put this one on your brand list as it is a good one. This is a bread and butter Polo Ralph Lauren purple linen button-up shirt. I did notice when I got it home it had a spot on the front, so I noted that in the listing. I did price it around $27.95, but a person sent an offer of $10, and I was really just looking to get this thing out of here. Especially with like nice dress shirts, especially like Tommy Bahama, if there's a stain on it, it's really hard to sell. So I'm like, you know what? I noticed that spot. You can even see it kind of there. I tried to get it out, couldn't. So, just want to be able to, get my money back, make a little bit of profit. And I just listed this 2 weeks ago. So happy to get it out of here. $10 plus shipping. Not making a ton of money, but I definitely would have held out if there was no stains or spots on this one. This is a men's turtleneck sweater by the brand Baldwin. It is a size extra large. Just listed this last week. And it's really picking up in temperature, so I'm really just happy to take a best offer on this one. So it's BLDWN, Baldwin sweater, men's 2XL. These do sell for a good bit more, but someone sent an offer of $15 plus shipping, so I decided to take it. These are some Eddie Bauer men's cargo shorts. Nothing too special about them. They are kind of the stretchy performance material, nylon polyester blend. These sold for $12.93 plus shipping, and they were listed about 3 to 4 months ago. This is a pair of women's Madewell jeans. The model is Road Tripper, and it's a size 33, so it's a skinny. I'm usually passing up Madewell skinny jeans nowadays. These were listed 4 months ago. They were purchased once and they were returned. Now they sold again for about $19. But Madewell skinny jeans, just not on trend. I mean, I guess if you could find them in a bigger size and they're under a couple dollars, then maybe worth picking up. But I just found like staying on trend as much as you can is really going to help with the item selling as fast as possible. All right, so I picked this up a month ago. The brand is Stio. This is a Huckberry brand. It's a 2XL new without tags men's puffer jacket. Yeah, I just picked it up, I would say, 3-4 weeks ago, listed it. And I had it listed for $149.99. Someone sent an offer of $100. I decided to take it because it is heading into the summer months. So sold this for $100 plus shipping. I did pay up for this though, and that's something I'm also learning, is that if the sell-through rate is there and you can double your money, I'm going to consider picking it up. I actually paid $45 for this, but I knew that it would sell sometime. So I had it priced competitively. Stio is a really good brand, and I found, if you can put any of these brands that are on the Huckberry website, putting the keyword Huckberry in the title also was a good contributing factor of it selling. Not only that, but looking up the style code, taking the time to do that, really helped this thing sell. So very happy, double your money, and get this jacket out of here. All right, this is a good question that came in on the channel from D. Tanner. He goes, is there any stigma while shopping in the women's section? I feel it can be a bit judgy. Do you get any flack? And I just responded with, I live in Oregon, so it's a common thing to see men looking through the women's section and women looking for the men's section. It doesn't matter. And why I'm going into a thrift store anyway is to look for items that I could sell for a profit. So if I don't hit the amount that I can find in the men's section, I'm going to go to the women's section and see if I can use what I've learned in women's brands to be able to find stuff to flip online. And I say you're going to want to make your trips count. So if you're mainly a men's seller and you're just not finding enough items, maybe you want to start looking into the women's jackets, the women's jeans, to be able to maximize the time that you're spending in thrift stores. So I say it comes down to like personal preference. If you don't feel comfortable looking through the women's clothing and you're a male, then don't do it. But I don't care. I'm looking for stuff to feed my family. So while I'm not picking up a ton of women's stuff anymore, I'm still going to look through that section, especially if I don't hit the amount of items that I need to source for the day. So I just want to say a huge shout out for people who have joined the group. This is 113 members in under 1 week in our Profit First free reselling community. I've listed over 400 Bolo brands in this group. I have released our about 10 reselling guides in here. I actually just uploaded the ultimate guide to eBay item specifics in here so you guys can go further faster in your journey. I really just want to provide as much value for free in this group, give it all away, because I was in your shoes once. I wanted to be a full-time reseller, I just didn't know how. So being able to create that barrier to entry for people that want to get started in reselling, this is the community, 100% free. We have a masterclass going on in 6 days where I can help a lot of people go from part-time to full-time reselling. You're going to want to check it out down below, and I would love to see you guys there. This is a women's Nua Tags quarter zip pullover. It is by the brand Athleta. It is a size large, and I did have to pay up for this. It was $9 at a thrift store, and I turned around and sold it in 1 week for $20 plus $8.95 shipping. And that's another thing that I've really learned, is that to really make it work nowadays is that in my business model, I'm gonna have to pay up for items that sell, for good money and they sell fast. So I knew that by spending $9 for that, it would sell sometime this summer, and I could price it between $20 and $30. So an easy double my money. And you can see here, this Stio jacket is another good example. This was $45. I knew I could price it maybe double, triple my money, and it could sell, at least sometime here in the next couple months. Here's another example. This is a Diesel men's jacket I got for $34, but it sells for $300 to $400 to $500. Here's another example. This Knockabouts Pendleton kind of Navajo Indian blazer, paid $45 for that. That should sell between $100 to $150. So the main takeaway is that for me in my business is that I should not be afraid to spend money to make money. All in, balance, right? Don't spend too much because you don't want to hurt your cash flow. But if I find something that's worth $200 and it's $100 and it sells in 90 days, that's going to be a pickup. Not a lot for everyone are going to, make that investment, but you just really got to look at it from that point of view. If I can take this $100 investment, double it, and get cashed out in 3 months, that's pretty nice. Like from a stock and an investing point of view, it's like if you can invest $1,000 into Bitcoin and get $2,000 when you cash out in 3 months, that's a great investment. So you really got to look at it that way, guys. That's one thing that I'm being humbled on, is like, I was so prideful with like, oh, I paid $1 for that and I made 10. It's like, yeah, but that took 2 years to sell. I don't think that's anything to really brag about. So I'm looking now at my business as like paying up for cleats. I paid $34 for these Nike cleats. They sell for about $100. I just sold these cleats. These blue ones, might as well pull them right now. I paid $19.99 for these at Ross. They just sold for $60 plus shipping on eBay in a week. So, I don't know. Everyone's business is different, but I definitely suggest that you guys take a look at your business and go, hey, maybe I should start paying up a little bit and allocating some money for items that are a little bit pricier. The perfect example of that, these are some women's Judy blue jeans, relaxed fit, size 11. They are cuffed, cropped, really nice pair of jeans. I paid $11 for these, and I listed them just last week, but they sold for $35 plus shipping in 1 week. So that is a perfect example. Judy blue, you can usually find it, priced $5 to $15. That's kind of where I'm looking to spend on this brand, because the brand is really on trend and very popular right now. Even the skinny jeans in this brand sell for upwards of $30. So that is a perfect example of like, hey, $11 for these, but I know that the sell-through rate is really strong in this size, so I'm gonna make that investment. We had this Patagonia men's Capeline base layer shirt. It is a quarter zip, and it sold for a whopping $12 plus shipping, but I just listed it maybe 2 weeks ago, a week or two ago, and just took a best offer. I had it priced at $19.95. Someone sent $12 offer. I took it. All right, I'm checking on the workers in the garden. We're going to be buying some plants today, so we're kind of pruning out this strawberry bed. We got some work to do for sure, but the kids love to garden, and that's something we're looking to do. I mean, it just snowed 3 weeks ago, so it's been our first really nice week here in Oregon, so Looking to fill these planter boxes out and get them going. Teaching kids work ethic, how to work, where to work, and what do you think? How's working in the garden?
Good.
Good.
What did you find in the garden?
What did you find?
A snake and a ladybug.
You found a snake and a ladybug?
A baby snake.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Yeah, what a blessing. It's a beautiful day here in Oregon. You also need to constantly remind yourself that there is more to life than just working every single day. You got to enjoy your life. You got to go out, have fun, and enjoy the moment. Here's a great brand to be picking up. That is Howler Brothers. This is a men's extra large button-up shirt. Nothing too special about it. It was listed back in October. I listed it a little too high. I think that's why it took a while to sell. I listed it at $39.95, and I lowered the price, and it sold within a couple weeks for a best offer of $21 plus shipping. But a great brand is Howler Brothers. This is a men's Quicksilver button-up shirt, size extra large. It's kind of a lightweight material, so perfect for summer. This was listed 3 months ago, and it sold on a best offer of $13 plus shipping. Kind of crazy that that one investment into buying storage units 2 years ago is still paying dividends. It's not like these brands are really amazing, but there was a lot of new with tags items in there. This is some Timberland men's jeans. These sold for not a ton of money, for $13.38. They were listed 2 years ago, so happy to get these out of here. And then also here's some Kenneth Cole men's jeans, new with tags, listed 2 years ago. Sold for $17.47 plus shipping. So it's just cool because bulk buys do have their place and they do work. It's just a lot of organization, taking the time to process and go through all those items. Took a while for me. It took a whole year to go through all those items, but it's cool to see that they're still paying dividends, and I'm definitely well into the profit off of that investment. You guys have heard me say it before, but these Lee Extreme Motion men's jeans sell really fast for me. I picked them up because my thrift store usually prices these for really cheap, $2 to $3, and they're a pickup for me at that price. I think anything more than $5, I'd probably leave them behind. But they don't sell for a ton of money. I price them between $21.95 and $24, but they sell really fast. I had just listed these no more than a month ago, and I took a best offer of $16 plus $8.95 shipping. So if you want a good bread and butter item to be looking out for, Lee Extreme Motion with the elastic waistband in there, that could be something you guys might consider picking up. This is a brand I do pick up a lot, and that is Travis Matthew, and it really has to have like a pattern to it, or it needs to be like extra large, 2XL for me to pick it up. So I just listed this last week, and I list them usually for $19.95. So offer came in of $13, so I took it. So it was a size medium. I was surprised it sold as fast as it did, but Travis Matthew polos are just a bread and butter item. I wouldn't spend too much on them, but they should sell nicely coming this summer. So that is a nice quick turnaround on this item. Another item that is more bread and butter is Columbia packable convertible cargo pants. So I find these in abundance where I live. I listed these maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks ago now. And they didn't sell for a ton of money, but I usually price them between $20 and $25 plus shipping. I took a best offer of $17 plus shipping on this. So they make Columbia GRT, Columbia PFG, hiking pants as well. That may be something to consider. Also, like the titanium model might be another one as well. This as well is a Callaway 2XL quarter zip fleece, and this was listed, let's see, man, I just listed this last week. You know, it's a pretty ordinary item, but it did sell fast. So it's a 2 extra large tall, actually, the Weather series, and it sold on a best offer of $15.55 plus $8.95 shipping. All right, so this is a vintage navy uniform. It even has someone's name on it, Vega. But this is 100% wool. I think it's, I can't say with 100% accuracy when it's from. Could be 70s, 80s, but it's old. This came from the Goodwill outlet, and I picked it up probably about 5-6 months ago, but it did sell for full price of $34.95 plus shipping. Don't discount or pass by quickly military stuff, military uniforms, especially vintage stuff. I know it may take longer to date and price these items, but since this was at the bins and probably weighs 1.5 pounds, I decided to grab it, even though it did took a while to sell. Pretty nice, pretty cool. Has a lot of the data on the tag, so you could just look it up. You could also Google Lens this type of stuff, and that can give you a good idea for what to put in for keywords. So yeah, this is a Timberland soft shell pullover jacket. It is a men's size small, new with tags. It actually sold for $20 plus shipping, but it took nearly 2 years to sell. So like I just said, I'm doing a lot more retail and online arbitrage. I just stopped into a local Ross after I was at the thrift for the day. And I picked up these Nike cleats, size 10.5, and they were a quick, easy flip. Listed them a week ago and easily doubled my money. I'm all into these, about 20 bucks, and they sold for, around 50 plus shipping. So not a ton of money, but still a nice fast sale. A lot of these stores like TJ Maxx, Ross, Kohl's are discounting heavily their cleats, baseball cleats as well, and you might want to consider bringing them in, especially as football season approaches. Here's a Tommy Bahama Polo, size extra large. It did, let's see, it sold for $17. Oh, it's super blurry. $17.50 plus shipping. It's the Island Zone, so more of their performance polos, and not even amazing size, but it did sell in under a couple weeks for $17.50. So not a bad flip right here. Kind of crazy how many jackets I sold over the weekend. This is a Brooks Brothers quilt line jacket. It's a size large. Even had a little spot that I couldn't get out there. Still sold for $21 plus shipping. The nice thing about this is I just listed this 3 weeks ago. So I'm still picking up a lot of jackets. Someone asked, like, hey, do you list your jackets around winter? I just list them all the time. You can see I have this small stack right here of items to get listed. You can see many jackets here, camo jackets, some fleeces, another camo jacket, an Eileen Fisher jacket. So yeah, I'm listing jackets year round because they sell year round. So this is a nice sale, $21 plus $8.95 shipping. Here are some men's Hugo Boss chino pants, size 30-30. They are 100% wool, and they sold relatively quickly in under a month as well for full price of $29.95 plus shipping. I just picked these up last week. These are some Wallace & Barnes new with tag men's dress pants. This is a sub-line of J. Crew, and these were new. I think I mentioned that already. But anyways, yeah, that's why I picked them up. I probably wouldn't have if they weren't new. I listed them for $49.95 as that what was the market was kind of telling me for new pants, and these sold really quick for a best offer of $35 plus shipping. These are just some plain Bonobos chino pants. These were listed about 2 to 3 months ago and sold on a best offer of $16 plus shipping. Here are some Mavi men's jeans. This is the matte model, which is a relaxed straight fit, 32-30. Just picked these up a month ago, got them listed, and sold on a best offer of $18 plus shipping. A really surprising sale here. This is a plus size top. I've been picking up tons of plus size tops this time last year. I've definitely slowed down, but this is a Liz and Me women's striped plus size top. It's a 2X. This was listed about 3 months ago, and it sold for actually $16.16 plus shipping. Here's a men's extra large FootJoy vest. I picked up 3 of these just a week ago, got them all listed. The blue one sold for $23 plus shipping. This is a pair of men's cargo shorts by the brand Tony Hawk. Wow, amazing. These were listed about 3 months ago, 2-3 months ago. Probably picked them up from the Goodwill outlet. Probably when I was ramping up picking up more cargo shorts. This is a size 40 and they sold for best offer of $15 plus shipping. All right, so as you know, today is Memorial Day. These packages obviously don't need to go out today. This is Poshmark and eBay combined. I'll get these shipped out tomorrow. And what a beautiful thing, a great weekend of sales. So if you're wanting to increase sales and you're wanting to actually go full-time, I would consider looking at how many times you're going out sourcing and try this week to double it and just see how it goes for you. And I almost can guarantee that you're going to find better stuff. Double the amount of the input and you should see the output increase. I know it has for me, and I hope it was helpful for you guys. We have free resources down below. We would love to see you in the community. I hope you all have a blessed day. Take care.